Hello, 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 Dallas. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday from 1 to 2, and you're listening to me on Radio Caravan. Jointhecaravan.com. You can go on jointhecaravan.com and um, you're able to connect, you're able to listen to any of the shows from anywhere in the world. So, this is Saima Dillon. I believe in touching lives wherever I go. And, why not, right? I always come and I say that I don't have any agenda when I come here, per se. My only thought and my purpose when I come here is to share my journey of life. जैसे जैसे मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ रही हूँ, जैसे जैसे मैं अपनी ज़िंदगी के सफ़र के अंदर अपने सवालों के जवाब ढूंढ रही हूँ, तो मैं उन सवालों को ऑन एयर डाल देती हूँ एंड आई ब्रिंग इट हियर, होपिंग कि I can, as I'm touching my own life, I'm able to touch the lives of other people. So again, you know, uh, not everything is meant for everyone. Do I always say कि दुनिया की population is 8 billion plus, and it is not. I don't expect everyone in this world to be in sync with my purpose, and which is perfectly fine. अगर आपका purpose और मेरा purpose अगर in sync नहीं है, तो it is perfectly fine. And we get up and we keep moving on. I'm not one of those people. I'm not a troll. I don't like to impose my opinion on everyone. I like to share my thoughts. And उसके बाद हर किसी की अपनी choice, हर किसी की अपनी decision. तो मैं जब भी आपके पास यहाँ पर आती हूँ, my purpose is to share everything that I'm very passionate about. I'm passionate about real estate, so I talk about real estate. I've been in real estate for 18 years. It's 18 साल हो गए हैं. इस 18 साल की journey के अंदर I've seen highs, lows, fallen flat on my face, taken losses, taken hits, seen highs. So हर तरह का तजुर्बा हुआ है, जो कि अगर आप entrepreneur हैं, तो you will understand कि as an entrepreneur, we literally get to experience it all. We get to see it all, right? That is the journey of an entrepreneur. Um, so we do start by talking about real estate, and in the world of real estate, housing market, what we are expecting, predictions. So the housing market is one of those asset classes, right? That gets better with time. So historically, home values rise even if there are stretches in between when the market slows down. सो इवन इस पॉइंट के ऊपर जिधर इंटरेस्ट रेट्स इतने बड़े हैं और बढ़ के थोड़ा सा ड्रॉप भी हुए हैं, विच वाज डन टू कर्ब इन्फ्लेशन, तो इस पॉइंट के ऊपर भी ऑल्दो इंटरेस्ट रेट्स बड़े थे, बट इंटरेस्ट रेट्स हैव कम डाउन अ लिटिल बिट, बट a lot of people are on pause, but the smart ones are actually out there and they realize कि ये एक short window of opportunity है, and this short window of opportunity which is there, this is the time where there are deals out there for you to go out and for you to buy and for you to invest in. If you are an investor looking to buy, sell, or invest, do reach out to me. You can email me at vip@simadillon.com. You can call me, text me, and let's set up a time to talk. 972-244-3106, vip@simadillon.com, 972-244-3106. So this is a short window of opportunity. I firmly believe कि इस वक्त जो deals मिल रही हैं, these deals, yes, the interest rate is high, but the deals that you're getting right now from, especially from builders, from home sellers who are very creative, they are offering you the opportunity to buy down the interest rate. But I feel that the most important thing is the additional incentives, especially जो builders इस वक्त दे रहे हैं. So for example, in the 5.5 decades, right, leading up to 2022, home prices adjusted for inflation climbed higher by 4.23% annually, according to statistical data from the US Bureau of Labor. However, in 2022, the US housing market was up against a perfect storm um, of economic headwinds, right, including rising interest rates, high inflation, and the looming threat of a recession. But as of December 2022, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage finally fell below 6% after rising above 7% in September. The housing market can, literally just change drastically, right, from year to year. Considering the historical results don't guarantee any future performance, right? We thought now would be an excellent time to explore the housing market trends and predictions for the next 5 years between 2023 and 2026. So I do feel कि इस वक्त just yesterday Frisco announced that Universal Studios will be coming to Frisco. It's expected that it's going to take Universal Studios around 4 years for the construction to happen. It is very close to PGA, somewhere in that vicinity of the PGA. So it is going to be an opportunity. I mean, jobs market के अंदर आएंगे. So there will be a lot of jobs available, but then it also means that the home prices of real estate is going to go up in and around the Frisco area. So if you are out there, you are considering, you are thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, this is the time. Do it now, because once this जब ये completion इसकी खत्म होनी completion से पहले ही शुरू हो जाएगा, the house pricing, it's just going to shoot up. uh, so basically, heading into 2023, demand in real estate market continues to surpass supply, which basically means that in the next 5 years, market trends and predictions, according to National Association of Realtors, it's just going to keep going up. So yes, there are different perspectives. There are different perspectives which are out there. अलग अलग लोगों की अलग अलग सोच है. But this is what we are seeing according to National Association of Realtors. We are seeing increase in 2023 will not be as much as it was in the past, in the year which has gone by, which was 2021 October se leke 2022 October tak, but it is going to keep on increasing. It's been a tough time for home buyers, right, in the last year, because builders had to face a lot of problems. Cancellation of construction, mortgage rates were rising, home sales have gone down. However, realtor.com believes that home prices are expected to increase between the end of 2022 and the end of 2023. And this is based on NAR, which is National Association of Realtor, which is expecting a 2.5% increase in this year to come. So it's been a really crazy real estate market in 2022, right? Due to perfect storm of rising mortgage rates, seller waiting on the sidelines to list their homes so that they could get the best prices, wait for market conditions to improve, buyers not being able to afford the same house that they could just afford 1 year before, right? So they can no longer, buyers cannot afford to buy the same house that they could afford to buy last year because of the rising interest rates. But we do firmly believe that interest rates are going to start dropping middle of this year. So we were expecting another couple of increases to happen in this phase, basically in December and in January. But so far, we are not seeing an increase. That drop that happened, उसके बाद कोई भी इंक्रीज हुई नहीं है, नजर नहीं आई है. So Zillow predicts home values will rise by 1.3% in the next 12 months, ending September 2023. The company also says that based on the pace of pending home sale activity and mortgage applications, there are significant downside risks to home value of to the sale home sale volumes into 2023. And I do apologize, I'm a bit under the weather. So, CoreLogic chief economist Salma Hap, she suggests that thanks to a combination of depleting housing inventory and easing mortgage rates and improved economic data, real estate values will probably end up stabilizing in 2023. So we are expecting this craziness to go through this year, but we are expecting more stabilization when the next year begins. So again, housing market predictions for 2024. According to Zillow survey, the real estate market may revisit pre-pandemic levels in 2024, and first time home buyers will likely reclaim market share in 2024. Um, Wall Street Bank, Goldman Sachs, has issued a forecast for the housing market too. The firm predicts that while US home prices will drop 5 to 10% over the coming year, the market will reach its bottom at the end of 2023. This will lead to leveling prices in 2024, which should stay stable through the following year. But it all just depends. Like the news that came through for Frisco, with Universal Studios coming into Frisco, um, PGA is already here. It's just changing the dynamics of the city, and it's as well of a city. Um, Frisco has been planned out to be, but a lot more people mean a lot more traffic. It means that interest rates are, it means that homes are going to start appreciating. So there are opportunities. There are builders in Anna, there are builders in Aubrey, there are builders in Prosper, sorry, not Prosper, in Princeton. There are builders giving great incentives, chopping down prices to attract buyers. If that is something that might be of interest to you, and you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, some of these builders are also ready to sell to investors. 972-244-3106, 972-244-3106. These builders are ready to sell to investors. So I'm always a big advocate of the fact that every person should become a real estate investor, especially if you have the holding power. If you have the holding power, the best investment is real estate. Real estate is not a short-term game. Real estate is a long-term game, and it is you don't look at the short term numbers, because when you initially put 20 to 25% down as an investor and you invest, you might not even break even. If you are a first time home buyer, then change your mindset. Go into a house thinking that you're going to stay in there for 12 months, and stay in there for 12 months. And after 12 months, put tenants in the property and move on to your next property, and build your real estate portfolio with to at least 5 homes. 5 homes, so that these 5 homes can be paid off within the next 15 years. And after 15 years, you are able to generate passive income. बिकॉज जिंदगी हमेशा सेम नहीं रहती है, अब वक्त हमेशा सेम नहीं रहता है. अभी आप जॉब्स कर रहे हैं, यू माइट हैव गुड इनकम, but you might be working because you need to work. You might have a passion, you might have a desire to do something in your life, to be an entrepreneur, to start your own business. But how are you going to do that if you have responsibilities on your shoulder? You're not. But when you build a real estate portfolio, they say real estate landlords become rich in their sleep. And that's simply because as long as you have the holding power, one, property you buy, and you use that as leverage to buy your second, third, fourth. If you have children, they're studying in college, help them become real estate investors, guide them, buy a property where close to their campus where they can go in and they can invest and become property managers. They stay in one of the rooms, the master bedroom, the secondary bedroom, a three-bedroom, two bath, and lease out the other two rooms to students or to anyone who needs to rent. When you do that, it teaches responsibility to your children. And that's what the game is about. When you teach children responsibility in action, the dynamics changes. You know, that's when you are working with your children, and that's when instead of just telling your children, hey, you're not responsible, ye nahi kar rahe ho, wo nahi kar rahe ho, job nahi kar rahe ho, falana nahi kar rahe ho, it actually gives them a sense of responsibility because they feel worthy, they feel worth it. So that is when it comes to real estate investment. Um, Taking a pause in there, there is a 60 unit property available in Arlington. It's a 60 unit property available in Arlington, Texas. It is going to be approximately around 10 million, built in 1980. It's 16 units. Um, if you are a multifamily investor, do reach out to me, and 972 text me. Let's set up a time to speak, because I don't answer unknown numbers. So, um, you know, there are different options available with this property. Minor upgrade program for majority of units in place, granite countertops yielding premium that could be pushed to $50 a unit. Covered reserve parking opportunity is an income opportunity that produces $35 to $40 space premiums at similar locations. So this property is 60 units. It's in Arlington. It is a few miles from, I believe this property is a few miles. Yeah, it's 3 miles west of the Mecca of entertainment, which is AT&T Stadium and Globe Live Field. Upgraded units and amenities. Um, Previous owner put in around 150,000 in their short tenure of ownership. So if you are interested in this 60 units built in 1980, do reach out to me. It is around 10 million. And then, I can give you more details. There is a assumable note with loan balance of 5 million and 41 at 4.15% interest. And there are 8 years left on the remaining term. So, having said that, uh, I do have another opportunity as well, and that opportunity is in San Antonio. San Antonio, Texas. This is a 202 unit apartment community. This is around 21 million. So, agar aapka isme interest hai, this is San Antonio. Do reach out to me. And you are able to contact me at 972-244-3106, VIP@saimadillon.com, and that is SAIMADHILLON, VIP@saimadillon.com. So that's me talking about real estate and beginning my show talking about what's happening in the world of real estate. So there are different things going on, right? Everyone wants to know what is happening in the world of rising prices in the market, right? Everyone is thinking, will the housing market crash in the next 5 years? So the last time the housing market crashed was in 2008, but that happened because of the subprime mortgage crisis that emerged, which sent the real estate market into a tailspin. Um, San Jose's State University economist Fred Polveri predicted that crisis and believed that housing market is due for a crash every 18 years. So the next housing market crash, according to that, is 2024. But then again, he thinks that we're going to go into an economic depression in 2026. But on the other hand, National Association of Realtors, NAR economists predict that there will be a price growth in the housing market in the range of 15 to 25%, which is, over the next half decade, which, if that actually ends up happening, 15 to 25%. So, इस वक्त in the past several months, the pricing has dropped and gone down, right, by around 10 to 15% already. So in Dallas Fort Worth, we are expecting that, yes, right now it is a window of opportunity for you to buy. And when this window of opportunity is going to be over, then prices are going to start going back. We're talking about Dallas Fort Worth specifically. So, basically, will the housing market turn into a buyer's market in the next 5 years? So, a buyer's market is basically created when housing supply outpaces demand, the opposite of NAR's prediction for 2023. On the other hand, a seller's market occurs when demand जो है वो stronger है than supply or housing inventory. Some sources are seeing growing evidence that the housing market is already turning into a buyer's market versus a seller's market. So I think it just depends on your house. We are still seeing houses go into multiple offers. So it just varies based on the community, based on the city, based on the house itself. We are still seeing multiple offers happening, even in high end, six, 700,000, 800,000 $1 million homes. We are still seeing, we are still getting into multiple offers where multiple people are bidding on a house. So it is still happening. Is it a good idea to buy a house in the next 5 years? Absolutely, because real estate is one of those investments. Real estate is a long term game. Real estate is not a short term game. It's not like, okay, should I buy now? Should I buy? In the long run, you always come out a winner in real estate. So real estate is a long term goal. You buy now. There are opportunities where prices are being slashed right now. This is the time to buy before that 15 to 25% price hike happens, which is being predicted by National Association of Realtors. Before that happens, this is the time to invest, and this is the time to buy. So that has been our market segment about real estate that we have been talking about, and some different things. We do have these opportunities, a 60 unit apartment complex in Arlington, and we have the other opportunity in San Antonio. Agar, if anyone is interested, please do reach out. The other in San Antonio, it's 202 unit apartment community, which is around 20. It is around 20 million. So it's actually around 21 million. So and then the opportunity in Arlington, which is 60 units. So if you know anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please do reach out. My number is 972-244-3106. 972-244-3106. You can email me at vip@saimadhillon.com. You can message me on my website, which is www.saimadhillon.com. And we are going to go off to a break, and I will see you in a few minutes, and we are going to talk about guilt that consumes people. right, Instagram. Thank you for being here, and going to go ahead and disconnect of Instagram. We are still streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. So if you would like to join us on Facebook. All right, take care and stay safe. All right, so we have a break. We have 3 minutes in the break, and after the break, uh, we after the break we are going to be talking about guilt. जो अंदर इंसान feel करता है, and it just causes a lot of problems when you feel guilt, um, and it hinders you. So much of that guilt doesn't even have anything to do with it being the truth, but it's basically the standards set by society. Okay, this is how this thing should be, this is how that should be. um, and and those standards which are set by society have to be, you know when you don't adhere to those, then you are consumed with guilt. I'm a bit under the weather. कुछ my mother got a cold, and I don't know, कुछ weird उनसे उन्होंने cold catch किया, and mom caught a cold and I caught the cold from her. um, it's kind of strange. So we have 1 minute and 13 seconds before we go back. So, how are you all doing? What's happening in your lives? Hey, Russ, how are you? Thank you for popping in, um, and being a part of the show. I hope you're doing well. So, um, what's happening in the world of Saima? What's happening in my world? I would love for you guys to tell me what's happening in your world, and if anyone would like to join me and say hello on the live happening right here, send me a request, and we have let's see, 20 seconds है, not enough time, but you know, हम जब end करेंगे, maybe at that time. um, but would love for people to come on and join. Welcome back. You're listening to Saima Dillon on Heart to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday, and you're listening to me on Radio Caravan 104.1 FM, 700 AM. You can go on www.jointhecaravan.com, and you're able to listen to us, any of the RJs, any of the shows on jointhecaravan.com. अगर आप मुझे लाइव देखना चाहते हैं, if you are wanting would like to join me live, I do stream my show live on social media. So जो first half of the show है, the real estate segment, I do stream it live on Instagram. And the rest, I do stream, I continue, and I'm streaming on YouTube and Facebook, LinkedIn. So, थोड़ा बहुत, just bear with me, a little bit under the weather today. So I have, you know, I have a cold, and I have this. Uh, uh, so I think I caught it from my mom. She got a cold. But anyways, the plan is okay, we talk about things. The show is, there's no purpose. There is no agenda other than to just touch lives by sharing my own journey. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that is okay. Because, I mean, uh, I cannot expect कि दुनिया की, जो population है वो सब, I cannot expect everyone to resonate with my purpose, right? But so that's okay. But I come here talking about my journey, and that's what Heart to Heart is about, to just bring people in to talk about the different things happening in my life, and trying to, as I go on this journey, finding solutions to my own questions in life. So we are going to be talking about guilt today. So guilt and shame can lead to depression, anxiety, and paranoia. But they also, they consume us. These feelings, they consume us, and they fill us with fear. And when they fill us with fear, we start reacting and making decisions from a place of fear instead of listening to ourselves and the ability to listen to our intuition. We are being we are using our fear to make decisions in life. Guilt is associated with activity in our prefrontal cortex, the logical thinking part of the brain. Guilt also triggers activity in the limbic system. That's why you feel that there's so much anxiety when you are feeling guilty about something. Now, you can also get trauma. You can get traumatized. You can get PTSD from just overwhelming feelings of guilt. Guilt, जो है, it's described as a self-conscious emotion that involves negative evaluations of the self, feelings of distress and feelings of failure. Some of the signs that you might be coping with a guilt complex includes anxiety, crying a lot, insomnia, muscle tension, preoccupation with past mistakes, regret, upset stomach, worry. A guilt complex can also lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, stress, including sleeping, loss of interest, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and social withdrawal. A guilty complex can have a serious impact on a person's overall well being. Over time, people may begin to develop a sense of inadequacy that makes it difficult for them to pursue goals. They may feel that they don't deserve good things in life because they are not good people. And that's what guilt does to you. And this can have a devastating impact on your relationships. And it makes it difficult to find strong social support because it's very hard when you're constantly feeling guilt that you have not conformed to the society's expectations of what you're supposed to do. or your family's expectations of what you're supposed to do. There are a number of different factors that जो contribute करते हैं to a guilt complex. इसके अंदर एंजाइटी है. So if you अगर आपकी एंजाइटी बहुत ज़्यादा है, you are more likely to negatively assess your own actions in ways that lead to feeling a lot of guilt. Childhood experiences. So everything originates from childhood experiences, right? Trauma carries through genes. And children who are raised in households where they are made to feel that they've done something wrong. जब भी आप अपने बच्चों को तुमने ये नहीं किया, तुमने वो नहीं किया, you're not, you're not, look at your cousin, look at your brother, look at these people, look at that people. When you're constantly doing that to your children are being consumed with guilt. You want your children to feel guilty, but you don't realize कि वो वाली जो guilt है, जब आप हर वक्त अपने लोगों को, अपने बच्चों को बोल रहे हैं कि तुम good enough नहीं हो, it starts taking away their self-esteem. By the way, the number to the studio is 214-817-3333. 214-817-3333. If you would like to call us and share anything about your childhood which caused anxiety in you, where you were chastised continuously, you were told that you're not good enough, and the problems it caused in your life, being abused, verbally abused, physically abused by your parents, and the devastation that causes. Children who are raised in households where they're made to feel that they've done something wrong, have something to hide, or are responsible for problems may be left with lingering feelings of guilt. Culture. If you find yourself doing things that are opposite to the cultural norms that you were raised with, you will experience guilt because you feel that you're not doing what your culture expects you to do, what your religion expects you to do, what your family expects you to do, what people around you expect you to do. And you are not coming up to their expectations, and you start feeling guilty. Religion. Some religious traditions rely on feelings of guilt as a way to indicate that the person has done something wrong. I think our Creator is an embodiment of love. Our Creator is all about being kind and merciful. So whenever someone comes to me and someone says to me that, oh, if you don't do this, you could burn in the fire of hell, or if you don't do that, it just doesn't make any sense to me. So if someone comes to me and tells me that, it just makes me lose all respect for those people, because you're just using guilt to make other people do the things that you want them to do. And that just doesn't make sense to me. Social pressure. If you feel that other people are judging you for the things that you have done, you may be left with feelings of guilt and remorse because people are constantly judging you. But that's what people do. People judge. Why do people judge? What is it about when you are filled with fear, or maybe you're filled with envy, and you want to do what the other person is doing, and you're not able to do that? Does that fill you with envy, with guilt? There are many forms of guilt that can contribute to a guilt complex, and some of these are just natural guilt. If you're genuinely committed, if you genuinely committed a wrong and feel bad for what you have done, guilt is a normal response. The type of guilt can be adaptive and can motivate you to take action or make changes in the way that are beneficial in the future. For example, you might relieve your guilt by apologizing for an action or changing a problematic behavior. But if these actions are not addressed in a way that allow you to move on, however, they may lead to lingering feelings of persistent guilt that just interfere with your life. Because, you know, life is about evolving. Life is about, you make mistakes, you learn from them, sometimes you won't learn from them. To me, all these things are just experiences of life. And these are experiences, they are there to teach you something in your life. And that's what it's about. You know, um, be you, be authentic, be do whatever resonates with your soul and with your inner voice. The most powerful voice, if we can put the overthinking going on in our brain on the side, the most powerful voice in our head, not in our head, but within us, is our intuition, is that gut feeling that we feel within. And you can only hear your intuition and your gut feeling when you're able to sift through the fear, because fear interferes with your ability to be able to listen to your intuition. Maladaptive guilt. Sometimes people feel guilty about things that weren't within their control. For example, they may feel guilty that they didn't take action to prevent something that they had no way of predicting, even though there was truly nothing that they could do about it. They just have strong feelings of regret, shame, and guilt. But the thing is, if there is nothing in your control, then you're not able to do anything about it. And you shouldn't feel guilt about it because you didn't do it intentionally. Guilty thoughts. Everyone has negative or inappropriate thoughts from time to time. Yet sometimes people develop feelings of guilt for having such thoughts. We are all imperfect beings. We all have these thoughts which at times don't serve us. But that's being human. We are imperfect beings. We are just humans. We get up on a daily basis just trying our best to do what we need to do on a daily basis. And that's, yes, when you intentionally do wrong things and you continue doing them, I mean, that you have no control over, right? That is up to you. That's on you then. But when you didn't do anything intentionally, then you have to let that thing go. Existential gift, uh, guilt. This type of guilt can be complicated and often centered on things like guilt over injustices or guilt about not living according to one's principles. One type of existential guilt is known as a survivor's guilt. Sometimes people will experience a guilt complex because they're doing well when others they care about are not. This can emerge when someone survives something of an accident or a disaster in which others are harmed. But it can also occur when other people experience misfortune when you don't. You know, there's nothing you're able to do about it. It's when something is not in your control, you cannot carry the burden of that guilt with you. The number to the studio is 214-817-3333. It is important to get help in order to protect your mental well-being and quality of life. If you are experiencing symptoms of guilt that are interfering with your daily life and causing distress, please talk to your doctor or seek a mental health professional. There are different treatment options which can help you cope with your guilt. The doctors may even prescribe antidepressants or anti anxiety medication to help you cope with symptoms of depression or anxiety, and they may also recommend psychotherapy. The thing is, I believe that the most important thing is your mental health. Everything begins with your mental well-being. When you take care of your mental health, you're able to take care of your physical well-being, and you're able to take care of your emotional well-being. I know that physical and mental is interrelated, because if you're able to do physical, the endorphins that are released help you with your mental. So both do go hand in hand. But mental health is just so important. Psychotherapy, which is cognitive behavior therapy, CBT, is one approach that involves learning to recognize the negative thoughts that lead to feelings of guilt. By learning to replace these thoughts with more positive ones, people may be able to let go of the burdens that are contributing to their guilt complex. CBT can also help you develop a better understanding of yourself, including your emotions and attitudes. When something happens that may lead to guilt, you'd be better equipped to deal with it in the moment and avoid some of the cognitive distortions, that contribute to the development of this guilt. So it's just really mind, body, soul. Everything is just goes hand in hand. So I'm gonna play a song here, and uh, hope you enjoy it. Let's see. So, the thing of life is that life is a constant work in progress. हम continuously try करते हैं, we try continuously to evolve, and that consciousness, that conscious effort of trying, of uh, just wanting to strive to improve, to bring your mind, body, soul in sync, is just so important. Well, I hope you enjoy this. It's Adnan Sami's Bhigi Bhigi Raaton Mein. So just played a song on the radio. Unfortunately, I wish I could play it in the studio for everyone else to enjoy and listen to, and unfortunately, I can't. To We are approaching the end of the show, and so. Um, So just would like to thank everyone. Thank you, LinkedIn, for everyone who's been here. And thank you for watching. And I hope you have a fabulous day.